Good, happy Saturday evening. I'm Riley King, and welcome to the Riley King Newscast right here on the Riley King Network. Let's begin. First up, crash slows traffic on I-93 North in Hooksett. A crash on I-93 North in Hooksett caused significant traffic backup Saturday afternoon. The left lane was blocked just north of the liquor store just after 1:30 p.m. The crash was cleared by 3 p.m. No other details were immediately available. Thousands gather in Boston for immigration rally. Let's take a listen to the video from WCVB Boston.
There are moments that define our future, where we plan new endeavors and create lifelong memories. You need a partner who knows a home is more than a house to make your dreams a reality. Envision Bank and Mortgage. See the difference.
Marchers moved slowly in search for patches of shade as they made their way up and over Beacon Hill. Signs calling for the
parents and they need to be, because kids are still separated. There's 2,300 kids that are not with their parents and they need to be.
Others want to go further and held signs calling for the abolishment of the Federal Immigration and Customs Enforcement Agency, known as ICE. And still others say they want total open borders.
I don't think there should be borders because I think anyone in the world should be able to live anywhere in the world they want to live.
I think that's an extreme stance. I think what we don't need is like extreme either way, left, right, whatever. Well, I think of course there should be some control because there are bad things that do come over the border in both directions, I'm sure.
When the marchers got to the Common, the speeches from the stage emphasized tolerance and diversity. And organizers called on the marchers to pressure Massachusetts lawmakers to pass measures that would limit state and local police from helping with deportations.
And to urge House leadership to make a priority to include the safe community protections in the budget conversations. Will you do that?
Yeah!
All right, let's do it.
Woo!
Senator Elizabeth Warren was among those who stopped short of calling for the total abolishment of ICE. Instead, she said it should be replaced with, quote, something that reflects our morality.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Town of Lincoln to honor hometown hero on 25th anniversary of his death. A special anniversary will be honored in Lincoln today, marking 25 years since the death of Native Master Sergeant Gary Gordon. Gordon was killed on a special force mission in Somalia in 1993, in which the U.S. was attempting to intervene on Somalians' government and bring humanity aid to its citizens. The mission and its casualties were disputed in the 2001 Ridley Scott film Black Hawk Down. The proceeds from the yard sale, which runs through Sunday, will go toward the Memorial Fund in Gordon's name. More information can be found at the town's Facebook page. President Trump attacks Democrats over increasing calls to abolish ICE. Let's take a listen to the video from ABC News.
Trip. The Portland International Jetport is connecting you to the places and people that matter the most. We now have non-stop service to Orlando on our new carrier, Frontier Airlines. With a unique brand, new planes, and low fares, the way to Orlando just got way better. Book your flight today at flyfrontier.com. The Portland International Jetport. Way better.
Breaking developments involving immigration at Flashpoint on the border. Just moments ago, the government now announcing an investigation into conditions at shelters for migrant children who've been separated from their parents. This all comes after a federal judge in the last 24 hours ordered that authorities now reunite more than 2,000 children with their parents. ABC's Chief National Affairs Correspondent Tom Yamas asking the head of Border Patrol, can they make the deadline?
In the skies over Arizona, Customs and Border Protection closing in on an alleged human smuggler and a woman traveling with him.
We're about 5,000 feet in the air right now, 8 miles from the border. It is triple-digit hot down there on the mountain in the valley, and CBP has spotted 2 people, one a male dressed completely in camouflage, another a female dressed in red, and they have climbed to the top of a mountain.
Today we saw up close the daunting challenge to patrol the border and the extreme dangers to illegally cross it. And tonight, a growing immigration crisis involving separated families getting even more complicated. A federal judge ordering the government to reunite more than 2,000 children with their parents within 30 days. Children under 5 within 14 days.
Do you think the federal government's going to make that deadline?
I think they're going to work really hard at it. We respond to court orders. Obviously, my counterparts at Health and Human Services and ICE have been working this issue to connect families.
Just yesterday, the Secretary of Health and Human Services grilled by senators.
It sure doesn't line up with the first-hand accounts of parents that I hear from who desperately want to know where their kids are.
There's no reason why any parent would not know where their child is located. I could, at keystrokes, I sat on the ORR portal with just basic keystrokes within seconds, could find any child in our care for any parent.
But this mother at a Denver shelter says that's not true. Brenda says while in detention, she begged for information about her 7-year-old son for weeks before she was told he was in a shelter 2,000 miles away in Miami. All she wants is her son back.
So let's get back to Tom Yamas tonight, reporting in from Tucson. And Tom, this evening we mentioned that breaking headline that late today, the HHS Inspector General will now be reviewing conditions for the children at those shelters. But there was another developing headline. This one was major as well. It came from the House up on the Hill today, a defeat for immigration reform.
That's right, David, and this was a piece of legislation many called a compromise bill. It's a big defeat for certain Republicans, and we were actually hiking across this extreme territory near the Mexican border with Customs and Border Patrol agents and the commissioner. When he received this news, he expressed frustration, saying Congress needed to pass this bill. It could have been the first step in trying to fix immigration. David?
Tom Yamas back on the story tonight. Thank you, Tom.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. And also, President Donald Trump took to Twitter Saturday morning to attack Democrats over increased calls among the left rank of the party for the U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement Agency to be eliminated. And that does it for the Riley King Newscast right here on the Riley King Network. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your Saturday night, and I'll see you back here tomorrow with another newscast. And I'll have a news report coming up in a little bit. Good night, everyone. Bye.